And a good morning and welcome into your April the 17th edition of In the Know. It's Sam Gormley in for MB today. Appreciate you taking the time to join us here on Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose via K105. All of the apps, SoundCloud, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. We're on all of the different ways for you to join us today, and we appreciate you taking the time to do so. We got a big show planned, so let's just not waste any more time, and let's just get rolling the only way that we know how, with a little bit of that. Settling in from the other side of the county, it's Christy. Good morning, Christy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I think we're out of routine, and I know Mark always talks about that, and it's amazing on how much we are creatures of habit and routine and so on.
We really are. Yes, we really are.
I think I can say this about you, and this would be an accurate statement. Would you say that digging in the dirt makes you happy?
Sure. Yes.
It's in this study says here, grabbing your gardening trowel can help you feel calmer and cheerier. Scientists say regular exposure to dirt improves mood faster and more effectively than prescription antidepressants. The reason? They say soil is packed with probiotic bacteria, and research shows that inhaling these health boosters activates brain cells that steadies moods and puts you in a good frame of mind. Do you buy it?
I do. I inhaled a lot, a tremendous amount, and Whitney is in with us today, and I hope that she noticed all of my tilling that I did over the weekend. So anyway,
I just found it interesting. I know both of our co-hosts because you mentioned Whitney, and that's not Whitney's song.
Yes.
This is Whitney's song. We can bring this in, and Whitney is sitting over there. Good morning, Whitney. How are you?
I'm great. Glad to be here.
Do you believe in that as well?
Oh, I do. In fact, I think they refer to it as grounding is what they refer to it as.
Well, see, it's interesting that you bring that up. It's funny that there are a couple of Cincinnati Reds players, and they talk about this every once in a while, that they will go grounding when they go to a new ballpark.
Yeah.
And they will, go barefoot, and they'll walk through the outfield, and it's also, baseball players are...
Well, they're weird
they're
anyway.
Just a little
I
bit
have
weird.
one.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit weird as far as all of that. I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
How often would you say your family eats pizza?
Oh, it's once a week for sure.
So I was trying to think about this as well. A nationwide survey about our pizza habits reveals that the average person eats pizza 3 times per month. So you're saying that your family is above average?
I'm above average in that. Yeah, because we have a pizza night almost every week because of our schedules, and that's a quick, easy fix. Now, sometimes it's homemade and sometimes it's in a box, but yes, we're at least once a week. Pizza.
The most popular pizza seasoning is Parmesan, although I didn't know this, that New Yorkers prefer garlic salt on their pizza. I honestly had never heard of that. The most popular topping is pepperoni. That's not necessarily surprising.
Yeah.
Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin, though, they prefer sausage. Residents of which state do you think eat pizza the most often? I never would have guessed this.
Of which of all the states?
Yes, which state eats pizza the most often according to this
Florida
survey? North Dakota.
Huh.
Huh.
Okay.
And the least
Wonder
often
why.
is Arizona.
I can see that.
Yeah, I guess I can't, but North Dakota, I don't know why. That just kind of stood out to me of being...
Or were they the ones that filled the survey out?
It's...
Because, that's, you got to
Then
think
there's
about...
Then there's that.
And then another thing is that there's only like 14 people that live in North Dakota. So
That's true.
If half of them eat pizza 4 times a week, then it's going to help out that number a little bit.
Yeah.
This morning's rain moves out by late morning. Plenty of sunshine is expected this afternoon. Most to stay dry for the second half of the day. With these warmer temperatures, too, you can't rule out the isolated thunderstorm. Highs return again into the low 80s this afternoon. Clear skies remain overnight as temperatures slide back down into the 50s. Mixed sun and clouds is expected during the daytime hours. Look for highs in the 80s. As we head into the afternoon, you could see some storms roll in tomorrow and into Friday morning. They could range from strong to severe. They're also a little bit worried about some damaging winds, so they say that keep an eye on the forecast, that we could have some more about that this time tomorrow. So that's some of your weather updates. We'll get you to a couple of the news headlines. It's actually a slower news day, which is not necessarily the worst thing.
Are you glad? I was going to say.
It depends, yes. We're supposed to go to the zoo tomorrow, so that forecast I am not.
It sounds like most
over.
of the rain is in the evening. So unless you're planning on being at
Okay.
the zoo at 10 o'clock tomorrow night,
No, I am not.
I think
no.
you should be good. You should be good.
Okay, all right.
A Morgantown man has been appointed to the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Resources Commission. The Senate has confirmed the appointment of Jeff Raymer to the commission following the passage of S.R. 129, which was sponsored by Senator Steve Meredith. Rayner's appointment, which was effective on January the 8th, fills the previously held position and extends until December 31 of 2026. Steve Meredith said, Mr. Raymer brings a wealth of experience and dedication to this vital role. His commitment to serving the 2nd Commission District and his demonstrated qualifications make him an excellent choice for Fish and Wildlife Resources Commission. The confirmation process ensures that appointed officials are vetted thoroughly and meet the necessary qualifications for their roles. I'm sure agriculture works in a different way with Fish and Wildlife, Whitney, so I don't know if you know Jeff Raymer at all, but it sounds like you
I
might
do
get to know
not.
him.
Yeah, I was going to say we do. We partner with a lot of folks, and I would imagine that they're probably the specialists at UK that are in the forestry department and the wildlife department will deal with them more than I will specifically. But yes, it's great partnership that we work with them and other entities there like Department of Agriculture, Forestry, and all of that. So
We are getting very close as well to a primary election that comes up on May the 17th. In fact, that's 1 month away. Just doesn't necessarily feel like it. I don't know. I think part of it is because we don't really, I mean, technically we are voting for presidential primary, but I mean, it's, the vote could not mean less, as it's already been decided.
right, I think that's maybe why people are just
Yeah.
like meh.
Yeah, and there aren't any,
Okay.
like, there's no state races. You know, we did that last year, so I think that probably is a big reason behind it. There are 3 ways for Kentuckians to cast their ballot for that primary election. Excused in-person absentee voting is May 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. In-person no excuse absentee voting before Election Day will be May 16 through 28, and in-person voting is actually May the 21st. So we're a little over 1 month away. Remember that Grayson County has gone back to those, I forget what voting centers, I think is the terminology that they used. So it's the 6 or 7 or however many it is, and I'm sure we'll have messaging about that in the
Yeah.
coming weeks.
They were training too. I know that the people that volunteer were training at our office the other day, so they are trained. I will tell you, I will vouch for that.
Yeah,
Those folks that
and it
help in the precincts and the polls.
And people like that, they take their job very seriously.
They do.
As they should. If you're wanting to have an absentee ballot, you have to be a resident of Kentucky, obviously. And a couple of the exceptions that you can have is a student who temporarily resides out of his county. I know I filed for absentee voting a couple of times when I was down at Western. If you're incarcerated in jail but have not been convicted of the crime, changing or has changed his place of residence to a different state while the registration books are closed in the new states of residence before an election of electors, or temporarily residing out of the state but still eligible to vote. So those are some of the reasons that you could potentially file for an absentee ballot if you're wanting to, but I would recommend you contact the clerk's office sooner rather than later to try and get that. Yesterday was pretty much the wrap-up of the General Assembly 60-day session. As they adjourned, I know I saw Representative Heverin last night, and you could tell that it was just kind of like a weight lifted off of her shoulders. She probably felt a lot better about not having to deal with all of the, everything that goes into that. Lawmakers filed more than 1,200 bills this year. That's the highest in more than 2 decades, and passed around 215 before the session drew to a close. More than 24 of those received a vote on the final day. Throughout the session, they found plenty of issues to debate: budget, education, housing, election, guns, and even the official state rock, which this completely flew under my radar. Did we decide this? I didn't find it out.
What is it? What
I don't
did they
know.
decide
Yeah,
on?
what-
I don't
Is
know.
this a thing?
Hang on, let me see. if
Yes,
I can find
give it a Google while I'm continuing to go through here, because I don't know if they couldn't agree, but then again,
Is Agate. Is it Agate? Is that the name of the rock?
Sure.
Or there's Agate, a gate, a gate.
I think I'm
bet is
assuming
what
it's
it
a
is.
gate because we live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So I think we'd probably call it a gate. It might be agate though, the proper pronunciation. But okay, is it a cool looking rock?
Oh wait, okay. It says is a mineral bill with swap to be. I think they've changed it to coal.
Oh well,
Okay, it says the state mineral coal is a rock, and it's state rock Kentucky agate is a mineral. A bill that would swap the two would be genetically correct. So I guess that's maybe what they did.
okay. So they're just
They
trying to
swapped
get
it.
more technical. I guess.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
A few bills did garner some more attention. House Bill 6 was the budget. Obviously, we've talked about that a lot. Some corrections had to be made, and because of that, one bill that I know people have been talking a lot about had to be stripped, and I think we'll have to go back next year, Senate Bill 91, which would require at least one regional driver's license facility in each of the 38 Senate districts. That
I
got
think that's a
stripped.
good idea.
That got stripped, so
Oh,
that would have to be next year with it. One bill that didn't make it all the way through was House Bill 509, which was the open records request for private devices. I know Mark talked about that, about 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah,
That did
I
not
remember
pass,
that.
which for the media is definitely a good thing. Has been the case throughout the 60-day session. Legislation that reaches his desk, the governor's desk, can be signed, vetoed, or allowed to become law without his signature. However, unlike when lawmakers were in session and could vote to override any veto, the governor will have final say on any vetoes as they have now adjourned. So anything that comes in right now, they will be able to just come. If the governor vetoes it, then it is a 100% veto when it comes to it, and it can't be overruled with that. Another thing that came out is Kentucky's long-running political battle over whether taxpayer money should fund private or charter schools could be settled once and for all when voters decide the fate of a ballot measure in November. So that'll be something that people will vote for coming in November. This was one of the most contentious debates in the legislative session that ended on Monday. Will carry over into the fall. That's when Kentuckians will vote on the proposed school choice constitutional amendment. If it is ratified by the electorate, it would clear the way for lawmakers to decide whether to support private or charter school education with taxpayer dollars after years of political and legal battles. So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago as well, and let's be real. You're only going to be hearing about this every single day for the next, 6 months? You think
6
you're going to,
months.
6.5 months? You think you're going to get sick of hearing Trump Biden? When Kentucky, you're going to get real sick of hearing about everything that goes along with this because it is a hot button issues with it. I did
It
say
is,
here
but-
too, Whitney. My mom says agate is how you say it.
Agate. Okay, thank you for that. Well, and I will say this too. I think that that's probably the best, since it is so contentious. Putting it to a vote is probably the easiest out for legislature and gives everybody else a vote too. So it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out.
I'm also very intrigued how long it is because if you remember, there was the one bill or one amendment
was like a
couple years ago
page?
that was and I think everyone was just like, I'm not reading that. No.
Yeah.
So I'm interested when it comes to that. Highway.
Well, and
50
then
go on.
in the big cities, that you're going to see probably more of that because we don't have I don't guess technically a charter school in our county and counties around,
But there are private schools.
No.
there are private schools. You're right.
And that's where some of the money could go for that. And that's where the opponents of the bill will say that hurts lower income in smaller county schools because for a lot of them,
Sure.
they need as much money as they can possibly get.
Right.
Highway fatalities in Kentucky increased in 2023 with 813 deaths, which was up from 744 in 2022. It was the highest since 2016. That's a drastic increase.
It is.
I wonder what could be the case.
51% were not wearing a seatbelt, and 16%
Wow.
involved alcohol. 33% involved speeding or aggressive drivers, and 20% were due to driver distraction. Pedestrians and bicyclists accounted for 137 deaths, and motorcyclists accounted for 105. One of the most effective ways to reduce highway traffic deaths is to combine public awareness campaigns with high visibility enforcement efforts. That's some of the you're seeing there, the messaging, but I felt like that was a very drastic increase.
Well, and I don't know if it has anything to do with, I know that police force is constantly looking for, they were facing cuts at one point in time, and now I think they're back to where they can. I think there was a story about the state police trying to get people to join, and they were having a hard time getting people. So maybe it's the fact that there's less enforcement out there, and people think that they can just do whatever. I don't know. That's just a thought, but I'm seeing them more now.
Speaking of
So-
state police, too, they're partnering with Special Olympics Kentucky to cover the cruiser. Between April 19 and 26, as Team Kentucky raises funds for their summer games. Troopers will be joined by athletes of the Special Olympics Kentucky at various locations throughout the state for a minimum of $1. A custom sticker can be placed on a cruiser with 100% of the proceeds being donated. You can go online and find the location nearest you. I know usually KSP, they're in E-Town. Usually is where they go. They go to one of the big box stores up there, so you'll be able to find it. The annual summer games will be held at EKU in Richmond. Cover the Cruiser is being held before the start. Since the inception of Cover the Cruiser, the event has raised nearly $57,000. Last year, they raised just shy of $9,000. Apparently, Post 12 Frankfurt was the highest amount, which was about $1,500. So if you're in the area,
Okay.
make sure to donate. It's a good cause to donate that too. Whitney, you have not been on. I mean, it's wild that, in a period of about 48 hours, when you were here last, we were thinking, so I'm trying to even think that the days are running together. Had Scott Drew decided yet, or were we
No,
on
he
Team
hadn't.
Scott Drew? Okay.
No, we hadn't, because I remember specifically because Mark asked me who I thought we wanted, or I wanted, and I said Nate Oates, but I would be fine with Hurley or Scott Drew, and even Billy Donovan. But at the time, those were the candidates, and then less than 48 hours later, we had Mark Pope. So, which
Now, what was your first reaction? We'll say that.
I will be 100% honest. I think I was actually getting ready to take a shower and wind down for the evening, and my husband was like, "You are not gonna believe this." I was like, "You're kidding." But I also was I told myself, I'm going to give myself 12 hours. So this, all of it happened really late in the evening, I think Thursday evening. And by Friday morning, I was like, I'm okay with this. This is going to be a change, and it's okay. And to see the excitement on his face and the excitement that he has brought, I'm all in. I just hope for him
That it
he
works.
is successful. That's my only concern, is that we love him. And because that's my growing up, of course, you're younger than I am. Those years, that 94 to 98 were that's where I was, cutting my teeth on sports and Kentucky basketball and Kentucky football. And so those were my years, and that's exciting for me, but I really am. I just pray that it works out for him.
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of in that same boat because, he seems like he's a very likable person, and then his family seems like they're a lot of fun with some big personalities with his daughters.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I really
don't
like the family part of it.
Yes.
Yes.
I that has kind of drawn me more to
And
it.
girls. God,
Yes.
he's got to be a
And-
strong
right?
person.
Well, I saw somebody, I don't know if it was in the press conference. I think it was in the press conference. I think it might have even been the first question that was asked where somebody said, growing up raising 4 daughters and being in a house full of women, how has that made you a better coach? And I thought that was actually a really interesting
learned to
question.
listen.
Yes. Interesting question for that. Chrissy, I hope you've seen the video, too, they have a video of the photo shoot that they did, and it's his daughters, screwing with him as he's trying to take his photo shoot. It's kind of a fun little
Okay.
45-second video
They
for
do
that.
that. And then they're Swifties. And so my daughter, they're combining, I think, some of that younger age group, because I told my daughter, I was like, he's got 4 daughters and they all love Taylor Swift. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't,
Right.
sort of like with the football thing, they're bringing in they're grasping at a lot of different
Yes.
things to bring
Yes.
the nation together.
Don't tell me your daughter's a Chiefs fan now.
No, I mean, I will say though, my husband is a Patrick Mahomes fan, so I mean, he's been watching the Chiefs for several years, anyways. When Brady retired, he was like, I got to find a new guy, and he likes Mahomes, and so it was.
Choose Burrow.
We watch them. We just don't really have a huge affiliation to any NFL team. We just like to watch, good football. So.
Yeah, no, and football season's coming before we know it. I know that the draft
Ready.
is a week from
Ready.
tomorrow. I'm really ready
I know
for
it.
it, too. We're going to take a break. Have a lot more coming up on In the Know, including I've got here apparently Pez. There's some stuff with that, so we'll talk about that here. Coming up here on In the Know.
Okay.
Comfort is everlasting. Comfort is a journey that sees no end. Every moment is a memory. Every encounter, a piece. Empathy may be our foundation, but comfort is the heart that continues the Rogers Funeral Home legacy. A steadfast tradition from our very first service to our most recent farewell, guided by Dave and Jordan Atwell.
Hello, friends. My name is Reagan Atwell. My parents take good care of me and my little sister. They'll do the same for your family.
Discover more online at rogerswatkins.com or experience the Rogers difference personally on Main Street in Clarkson.
Does the nagging pain of a sore knee, shoulder, or hip keep you from doing the things you love? Lose the pain and get back in the game with the help of Owensboro Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Located at Twin Lakes Medical Center, Dr. Isaac Miller and Dr. Ted Rogers are your local experts for hip, knee, and shoulder problems, from minor sprains to advanced procedures. Learn more and schedule online at owensborohealth.org/ortho.
If you're the average person, you only think about income taxes from January to April. But the choices you make 12 months a year have a big impact on your tax return preparation and even your refund. Making adjustments to your financial matters during tax filing season is like trying to lose weight during a routine doctor visit. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart work year-round to advise clients on important financial decisions so that during tax filing season, you're carrying a lot less stress and worry. Join the Peace of Mind team with Buckles, Travis & Hart, 270-259-5604. Or GraysonCPAs.com.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start June 3rd. Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
Living on the lake is a luxury. Lake homeowners have been supplementing their properties with the best quality rock, stone, and asphalt products from Scotty's Contracting and Stone for years. Scotty's Quarry has been serving our lake customers with cleaner, underground mined, pure limestone for driveways, landscaping, and construction projects. Our crushed stone products can also be used to assist in erosion control near waterways. If you live on the lake, contact Scotty's Contracting and Stone for an estimate on high-quality products and service at 270-259-5696.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a Future Designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy LiftMeister for your garage or a sleek Clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at sohd.info.
Social media platforms are not inherently suitable for youth, say top psychologists, and tech companies and lawmakers need to do more to protect kids' mental health. Tammy Trujillo fills us in.
The American Psychological Association said Tuesday that endless scrolling and push notifications are particularly risky for young people whose brains are still developing. They're not as capable of pulling back from addictive experiences. The report also said social media can affect schoolwork and sleep. Social media companies like Meta, the parent of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, say they've been working to protect children, but the APA report says it's not yet enough.
According to X owner Elon Musk, new users on X, formerly known as Twitter, may need to pay for basic features of the app when they sign up. He posted on Monday that he believes by charging a small fee early, it will curb the bot problem that's plaguing the app. The plan was piloted in New Zealand and the Philippines. And Meta is investigating AI-generated explicit images that were posted to its social media platforms. Tech Report, Mark Mayfield, NBC News.
Kids across America are going to school hungry.
Your health is important to you, so your health is important to you. So when you find yourself face to face with sickness, your main concern is simply how to feel better. Well, rest assured, your feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. It begins the moment you walk through our doors, where you're greeted by our friendly, knowledgeable staff, and continues on with special services like free delivery. So whether your goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember,
your feel better starts here
at Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back here to In the Know here on K105 and Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose. Today is Bat Appreciation Day to generate positive awareness about bats ahead of possible negative interactions with people. It is Nosy Neighbor Appreciation Day. It is blah, blah, blah
Oh my
day.
goodness. Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Cheese
I
Ball
use blah,
Day.
blah, blah, a lot.
Banana Day.
I like cheese balls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I
cheese
love me
ball's
some
good.
banana.
Banana Day, which I
Mike
think
does
that's
not
why
like
Mark's not here
bananas.
today, right? Mark's celebrating
Probably.
Banana Day.
Yeah, that's it. He's having a banana party.
Love me
Yes.
some banana and peanut butter.
Oh,
or banana and Nutella.
World Hemophilia Day, a day of awareness of the genetic disorder that impairs the body's ability to control bleeding.
Yeah.
And it is Haiku Poetry Day, a celebration of the
Okay.
genre of poetry whose origins date back a millennium in Japan. So, for example, haikus are easy, but sometimes they don't make sense. Refrigerator.
Exactly.
Yeah. A haiku.
Yes.
Well, that's how I got through my portfolio for the poetry section. I chose a haiku because it's easy, it's short, and they don't have to make sense.
That's
No.
right.
they absolutely do not.
So
Sometimes I think, well, they're not, I hope people's lives aren't short, but sometimes I'm like, man, my life does not make sense. It's partly a haiku.
Whitney Carmen is our guest co-host as well today from the Grayson County Extension Office. Speaking of the Extension Office, Whitney, is there anything that we need to know about?
Well, there is some, our farmers market will be opening, which is not the Extension Farmers Market, but that will be happening May the 11th. The plant fair, the Master Gardener Plant Fair, is the weekend before. It's Derby Day. It's always the first Saturday in May.
I'm so
Yes.
excited.
Let's pray for no rain that day and that we have a great turnout. We've got, I think all the vendor spots are full. So I know that they are expecting a big showing of folks to bring plants and goodies. So plan to come out and
Is that
support
at the Extension
that.
Office?
It is at the Extension Office, and I think it starts at 9, so it's from like 9 to 2 that whole entire day. And then the community garden, so the Master Gardeners also are in charge of the community garden, and they, I think, still have some spots available. So if you want to rent a spot, which is like, I think it's a 4 by 8 spot, you are just contact the office and we'll get you set up for that. So there's a small fee to rent it, but you can then after you rent it, it's yours. You can do what you want with it during the summer.
That's really cool. Yeah, if you don't have a spot and want to, because there are a lot of people.
Yes.
And some things,
We have a couple of handicap ones as well. So if getting down is not something you can do.
And not everything is container appropriately grown. You know
Right.
what? There's better verbiage for that.
Yeah.
But yes, you can do a lot of container gardening, but some vegetables just aren't. It's not a good environment for it.
And a lot of the folks that set up every year at the community garden and have kind of their spot that they have every year, they're great resources and can tell you kind of what grows great in that area versus not. And it is, if you're interested to know where it's at, it's the gardens behind the Twin Lake or Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Hospital, right behind that on Wallace Avenue. So that's where they're at. So they are conveniently located in Litchfield, but it is a really good opportunity for those that may not have space or want to do it, but just don't have the area to do it.
Yeah, it's like if you're headed to the water park or the library or something, it's there on the
Yeah.
left. If you're headed up the
Yeah.
hill. Like
great.
halfway up the hill, pretty much, isn't it? Or maybe right before you turn onto there. I mentioned
Yes.
going to break something about Pez dispensers, and I know Christy, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Alea, hasn't she at least has
Oh my goodness!
somewhat of an
yes.
interest
We
in the Pez
have
dispenser?
Yes, and we collect them. We have vintage ones. Yes.
So
Mhm.
have
Very
you
much so.
seen the video that has been floating around saying that people have been loading Pez dispensers the wrong way?
No.
I've been down this rabbit hole already, Sam, but I'm willing to let you take the audience on down it. So.
So you've been this way of
Yes,
seeing this.
I
This
have.
viral video on Instagram. I don't know how long it's been viral or so long, but apparently you have seen it. So you
in a different it was a different outlet, but yes.
okay?
I have
Well, this
several
was
years ago.
Okay, so this is probably one of those things that goes viral every 3 or 4 years or so on.
Well, no, as a Pez person, I stumbled across it, so that's the only
Okay, so
reason
maybe-
why.
maybe-
I don't
maybe
this
think
it's common knowledge, but
Well,
because I was doing
let me,
something about my collecting.
Okay, let me see here because
Sorry.
this might change what it is. So you think of the Pez
Okay.
dispenser, and you think it opens up, And when you open it up all the way, it's got the little hole in the bottom where the actual Pez container where
Yes,
carrying
where the-
case would be.
yes.
So this video shows that if you have the package and you put it underneath and push the Pez dispenser through, it will remove the packaging and put the Pez into the hole without even having to touch the Pez.
I've got to watch this video.
Okay.
Well, you can watch it. People in the comments losing their minds, saying, you know, my whole childhood was a lie. I've been doing this wrong. Years of my life wasted. Why did I grow up placing them one by one? Another jokes that they wouldn't have denied themselves a Pez if they had known this trick. That's why when people offer me Pez, the answer is always no, because I don't know if they had clean hands when loading it. Me over here taking like 10 minutes to put them in one by one. So they asked the question here, does the viral hack even work?
I see.
And it does
And
not.
the answer? No,
It does not. It
Let
is
me
fake.
tell you something.
It is fake.
Mark and I spent an inordinate amount of time
Trying to make it work?
Trying to make it work. I know exactly where we were. I know exactly we were actually at Disney World, and I'd stumbled across it. And listen, no, it does not work. People, do not
Well,
waste
and
your
I
time.
think-
Go back to.
Or did you just watch the
entering
video,
them one by
Whitney?
one?
Yeah, I did, but I don't think it never really shows, you know, them putting it in there and like, you know, you can really edit that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and I don't
know.
I'm not bought. I'm not.
When I
sold
saw
on
it, I was like, there's no way that works.
And I kept waiting because if you hadn't told me about, you know, that it doesn't work, all those people who commented, you know, go try it.
Yes.
Go,
Well, that's the
that's
thing.
what I was going to say. Go try it.
It's-
You know, you have not wasted any time all these years. Just saying.
So many people
Oh.
have followed up with saying, you just got me so excited.
Yeah, and it's going to be a huge letdown, let me tell
Well,
you.
and I'm
'Cause we were
always
stoked.
yeah. We don't even do that. Like we just take the package and we open it up on the ends and then we flip it and dump it in there.
And that's the proper way, apparently, that
Mm-hmm.
Pez recommends that you do it, or
Yes.
you just do the whole one by one, throwing it into the
I
slot.
am just shocked that Pez still is as popular as it is, considering
See-
how hard it is to get the candy in there.
I was thinking, I could not tell you the last time I had a Pez.
Oh, my goodness.
Easter is always big Pez area for
Okay.
or time for us. And my son actually my mom had found one that she was in Target and found it was the last one left on the rack. It was the Target truck.
We have a race car.
Yeah, it was the Target truck.
An old school.
And it was a Pez dispenser.
And it's I'm failing both my
Did-
husband and father-in-law at the moment. It's a blue. Anyway, it's a famous NASCAR. We have one of those. Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
it's
interesting.
collectors. I know it's weird. We have a lot.
Well,
Yes.
I know there was a bunny rabbit Pez that floated around the office for a couple of years, and I don't know if
Yes.
Alea finally claimed it, or you claimed it, or someone claimed it.
The trash claimed it. Mhm.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Yes. Well, do you know how many bunny rabbits we have?
Oh, I can.
Santa Claus, snowmen, because everybody knows that she loves Pez. So everybody will pop, one in some of her gifts or whatever. Well, they're all the same, so that's fine. And that one had floated around there so long, I
You have
wouldn't
one
have
for
let her.
every space.
McDonald's is elevating their chicken sandwich game with the introduction of the new
Oh, yeah.
Bacon Cajun Ranch McCrispy and the Bacon Cajun Ranch Deluxe McCrispy. So it features a Southern-style fried chicken fillet, applewood smoked bacon, then it is topped with pickles and finished with a creamy Cajun ranch sauce on top of a warm toasted roll.
Okay,
I'm gonna
don't
need
mess
the
with
calories.
Popeyes. Like Popeyes has that Cajun. Yeah, I'm just
listen,
gonna go there.
Popeyes is...
If you're McDonald's, I like Popeyes. Do you not like Popeyes?
Oh, no, I know. I am very much a fan. Very much a fan
Okay.
of it.
Well, I was going to
He
say,
said
we're going to have a
very much a
discussion here,
fan.
sir. All right. So, but let's not focus on what you need to bring new. Can we just bring back the snack wrap?
Oh,
That's all I want.
Yes. Oh,
Like, that's
yes,
the perfect. Just bring it back. Okay. Because guess what? I'm going down the road to your competition to get it because they do have good ones too.
They do.
But
Yes,
Come on now.
I don't disagree there, but at least this sounds...
it does
Decent.
sound. It sounds
I'm
intriguing.
trying to find the calories on because I'm very
Don't.
interested.
You don't want to know. It's got bacon,
really do.
ranch.
We're not going to
fried
McDonald's to
chicken.
count calories
I really
anyway.
do.
And then I found this interesting, the new term coming through, trickflation. It's what a user on Reddit is sharing. And it makes a lot of sense. You know what shrinkflation is that it's reducing the size of the product in response to rising production costs, but keeping the price the same. Trickflation, on the other hand, is new. To illustrate his point, this user on Reddit, he said he used 2 Coca-Cola cans. Each was 12 ounces, but one appeared to be bigger because it was taller and skinnier as opposed to the shorter, rounder can. The shorter can was $1, but is no longer being sold at the local man's store. The taller can, which is technically the same size, now costs $2.37. In other words, the man is accusing his local convenience store of selling a can of Coke that is identical in size but not in appearance to an earlier version for more than double the price. In this way, retailers are tricking consumers into spending more money and thinking they are getting more bang for their buck.
I mean, I can see that. Yeah.
I can see that.
It's like, using smaller plates at the restaurant to think you're getting more,
Yes.
By the way, 630 calories for both sandwiches.
It's like,
That's doable.
Yeah.
If you,
if you don't eat anything else all day.
if you drink a muscle milk for
Yeah.
breakfast.
I mean, it's not like you're
and
going to
you
be
have a
eating
piece
that-
of chicken and green beans
For supper.
for dinner. Yes, it's doable.
Yeah, and it's not like you're going to be eating that sandwich every single day
Right.
or something like that either. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have your chance to win via the water cooler question. I like today's question, so we'll have to see if
right.
you could be the winner. Coming up next here on In the Know.
Your health is important to you, so when you find yourself face to face with sickness, your main concern is simply how to feel better. Well, rest assured, your feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. It begins the moment you walk through our doors, where you're greeted by our friendly, knowledgeable staff, and continues on with special services like free delivery. So whether your goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember,
Your feel better starts here.
at Midway Pharmacy.
Whether taking on large commercial landscapes or your own backyard, let Steel help with your pursuit of the perfect cut. Introducing Steel's zero-turn mowers for homeowners and pros. With a wide range of features and options, like our advanced four-wheel suspension system and 0% financing available, it's time to let the pursuit begin. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com/zero-turn. Available at select dealers. Financing available on qualifying purchases and subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Celebrate the big horse race at the Paristown Derby Day Garden Party, presented by Woodford Reserve at Paristown on Saturday, May 4th. Wager and watch the races. Enjoy live music, cocktails, food, and more. VIP and general admission ticket options available. VIP tickets include box lunch, complimentary drinks, and private spaces. Tickets on sale now at paristown.com. Don't miss Paristown's Derby Party for the people.
Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Do you know what red flags to look for when considering an investment opportunity? Fraudulent sellers might make unsolicited contact, tell you everyone is buying it, and pressure you to invest right now. They make hefty promises over the phone, but never put them in writing. At the Department of Financial Institutions, we have a saying. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We're on a mission to educate Team Kentucky and protect your hard-earned dollars. Visit us online at kfi.ky.gov for more information.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, sohd.info.
Twin Lakes weather. More sunshine is expected this afternoon as the wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour. While most of us will be dry, cannot rule out an isolated thunderstorm popping across the region. Once we head into tonight, temperatures falling down into the 50s underneath clear skies. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I
Did you know mosquitoes have killed more humans than all the wars in history?
I had heard that.
Did you know that mosquitoes have killed more humans than all of the wars in history?
Terrifying.
Well, think about in Africa and some of those places, malaria is still
true.
terrible, and they don't.
Exactly.
Even though it can be, it's very easily, what do you want to call it? Not curable, but treated, I guess. Yeah. There's just so many down there.
Oh, I found it interesting. How about a water cooler question for today? It is your chance to win. What do we got, Christy?
Okay,
you're,
we
you're
can
the
do
ticket master.
Yes, so we can do a family 4-pack to the WWA that's at the high school this Saturday. We probably need to do that one. The other one, I don't think I'm going to do the zoo ones today.
How about wrestling then, since it's Saturday?
Yeah, and then do we still have the concert this Sweden? Do we have those?
You would know better than I. This is great. This is great radio too. So
yes,
it's great radio.
Wrestling it is. Family 4-pack Saturday at the high school.
Yeah, and this is really good stuff. I know that people. It's amazing. You know, I see the comments and stuff. Pretty much everyone that goes really has a good time.
Yes. Well, so it moved from the Armory because of size. It has grown quite a bit, and the marketing guy that I work with, the first however many rows are already filled. So
good. So if you would like to have a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to wrestling on Saturday at the Grayson County High School, you just want to text your answer to today's water cooler question to 270-259-6000. Again, text your answer to 270-259-6000. Here is the question. 57% of men have had the same one of these since they were a kid. What is it? 57% of men have had the same one of these since they were a kid. What is it? If you would like to enter for your chance to win tickets to wrestling, text your answer to 270-259-6000. Not that this helps either one of you. I am in the 57%.
Huh.
And but I don't know that Mark is. But then again, I don't know. This doesn't help either one of you at all. But again, text your answer to 270.
It's one item.
6000.
You answered my question.
What is it? Is how it's
What is it?
In case you missed the news, Katy Perry is planning to exit American Idol after the current season. She announced the news back in February. Now she's giving more insight about the reason why. She just said, I'm trying to make space for other things. It's not like me ending this show means I'm going to go retire on an island, even though that would be fabulous. She says, I'm going to go work. And to follow that up even more, it's been almost 4 years since she had her last album, Smile. And that was, prior to that, it was 2017. She says sometimes artists are like, oh, that's boring, and you want to make music kind of like from a tougher place, but actually she prefers making music from a bright and joyful place, like pure joy and fun and playful and celebratory and a party. So she says once she gets to that point, that's when new music could potentially come out for her. Beatles fans, if you're a fan of the Beatles, you'll soon be able to watch the making of one of the band's most memorable albums on Disney+. Walt Disney Studios announced that Michael Lindsay Hogg's 1970 Beatles film, shot during the creation of their Let It Be album, will be available for view for the first time in 50 years on Disney+. A synopsis for the film, also dubbed Let It Be, noted it was once viewed through a darker lens after its original release in April 1970 because it was a month after the Beatles had broke up. So this will be released exclusively on Disney Plus on May 8th. So if you're looking forward to that, you can go through there. Is Gertie doing something?
She sneezed. Bless you, Gertie.
I thought it was one of you two. I heard a sneeze coming through, but I have to look down to see you all, so I have to look up and so on. But so I just heard a sneeze. Is she okay?
So she's good. She's over here by me, but I don't know. Did you notice that we turned that third camera on?
I did. It turned sideways, so we didn't see her.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, she's not in Gertie Cam right now.
Since the cat is away, we've kind of been playing around in here.
No, I think there should be Gertie Cam every day. I think people would most
I think so too. Yes, we are definitely talking about that. So
Steve Buscemi has joined the cast of Wednesday, season 2 at Netflix.
Okay.
He is going to play the new principal of Nevermore Academy. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Alea watched it. I've caught bits and pieces. It's not something that I would have necessarily, led her to. But
Caroline
it was,
watched it.
yeah, it was already in her. So it's okay. She's gonna want to watch the second.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it is what it is.
Does him being in
I
there
didn't
make
watch
it
it, but
more
Caroline did.
likely or less likely for you to watch it?
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, you would know who he is.
Yeah, you do. You would know who.
He is a very distinctive looking man. He is the way I think of him, my age group. He's Randall, the villain in Monsters Inc.
Yes.
But that's just my age
Okay.
group. So there's got. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, you could definitely.
But-
he's got a very distinctive voice and look.
I'm all about I'm all about Monsters Inc. Okay.
Yes, so he's the villain in
That
Monsters
voice,
Inc.
I can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
But I
Warner
can't-
Brothers
I don't know what he
Animation.
looks like.
Now he's here. I'll show her.
Oh, show her a picture. Yeah, I would pull one up, but I can only.
Oh
do so.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you definitely
He's
know.
like a
him.
crazy guy.
Yeah,
He's-
yeah, I like that. Okay.
He's a little hard
Yeah.
to forget. And then Warner Brothers Pictures Animation is heading to the Discovery Vault to adapt its Animal Planet series Meerkat Manor into an animated feature. So they say think Happy Feet, which centered around tap dancing penguins that raked in over $500,000, but for meerkats. So this sounds like something you're interested in? I don't know who's making those
Absolutely.
noises.
Well, I mean, she's
like 'em
excited too. But so Gert actually sits up on her hind legs, and we often call her Meerkat. So, but the girls, both of the younger girls, absolutely love meerkats. So.
Well, there you go.
I'm
So that's going to
excited.
be a new movie coming out here very soon. Again, that water cooler question for today, your chance to win tickets to wrestling. I'll give it to you one more time, and you can text your answer to 270-259-6000. 57% of men have had the same one of these since they were a kid. What is it? You can text your answer, and we'll let you know who the winner is and what the answer is coming up next here on In the Know.
How much sleep do you really need? Well, most of the time the answer is probably more than you're getting. Hi, this is Jim Daly with Focus on the Family. In the 1850s, the average person in the United States slept 8 to 9 hours each night. Today, an American adult typically sleeps less than 7 hours a night during the work week. But research consistently shows that most of us need more than that to perform at our best. Unlike past generations who relied on candles and lanterns after the sun went down, we keep our nights alive with lights, television, technology, and an endless list of diversions. We sacrifice sleep so we can squeeze in a few more hours of work or fiddle with a hobby late into the night. Is it any wonder that insomnia is such a significant problem for so many people? Unfortunately, most people seem to think that the only remedy is to get used to it. We've not only grown accustomed to a sleep-deprived lifestyle, but its consequences as well. Fatigue, irritability, daytime drowsiness, well, it's all considered normal nowadays. Like many of you, my life can get hectic too. So I understand how tough it is to get the recommended 8 hours of sleep each night. Part of the answer, I think, is to recognize what our bodies are telling us. If you feel like you need more rest, you probably do. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We say saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
In search of the perfect cut for your lawn? Join the pursuit by choosing from a full line of Steel mowers. From gas and battery options to zero turns and push mowers, Steel offers a wide range of mowing solutions for homeowners and professionals. Right now, get 0% financing on your purchase with a Steel zero-turn mower. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com/mowers. Available at select dealers. Financing available on qualifying purchases and subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down, yeah, yeah. Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down, yeah, yeah. Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down, yeah, yeah. Buckle up, phone down. Buckle up, put your phone down. Ooh.
Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
My point to ponder for today. It's not really a point to ponder, but more we're just going to play a little bit of a game here. Are you all ready?
You like games.
Well, now I've lost my game. There it is.
Aw.
Which came first? Rapid fire. Okay, are you all ready? I think you all know how to play this game. I'm going to give you two products. You just got to tell me which one came first. Cell phones or the GPS?
GPS.
It was a cell phone. 1973.
But
GPS
I thought
was
GPS
1978.
Okay. I was going to say they were.
GPS was already built in planes.
Yeah.
Piano or the guitar? Listen, I'm just the messenger.
Piano.
Guitar.
Guitar. Goes back to the 16th century. Piano was invented around 1700. Sudoku or the crossword?
Oh, the crossword.
Yeah, but I feel like that's wrong.
You're both
okay,
right.
good.
The crossword.
Okay.
1913. Sudoku was not until 1979.
I didn't know about it until I was in college. So
Netflix.
it was
can't
in the
stand
kernel
it.
every day.
Netflix or Google?
Google.
Oh, yeah, right?
No, it was Netflix, founded in 1997. Google started searching in 1998.
That's not fair. Those are really close.
Yes.
Contact lenses or the escalator?
Hold on.
Escalator.
It would have to be the escalator.
Well, you both would be wrong. It's the contact lens. They were invented in 1897, made entirely of glass.
Okay.
4 years later, the escalator debuted. Matches or lighters?
I'm going to say lighters because matches just feels too easy.
Or are
Yeah,
they
I'll
trying to
agree.
pull a fast one on you?
I don't know.
It's lighters. You're right. 1823. Matches were 1826. Toothbrush or toothpaste?
The toothbrush?
Yeah.
No, it's toothpaste. Egyptians used paste to clean their teeth in 5000 BC. Toothbrushing didn't start until 3500 BC. Barbie or G.I. Joe?
Ooh.
Barbie.
Barbie was in the 50s, right?
Okay. So Jet. I don't know.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Barbie.
I'll say Barbie.
1959. G.I. Joe was 1960.
I'm
Yours
on the
are too
struggle bus
close,
today.
Sam. You just no. It's just Sam's making them hard.
I like that game though because when they're close though that kind of makes it more fun with it.
I agree.
The water cooler question for today, as it was 57% of men have had the same one of these since they were a kid. What is it? Did you all have any guesses?
We did.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go.
Well, I said, like sports cards, baseball cards or something, but I wasn't sure, Christy and I were talking outside the break and I don't know that's, I don't know. I'm not 100% in my answer.
So I immediately wrote down bear. Then I went to or favorite toy, and then I said stuffy. So I don't know.
What was the first one you said?
Bear.
Oh, like a teddy bear.
Teddy bear. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't
and then
know
I went
what
to
I think.
favorite toy, and then stuffy because maybe you didn't have a stuffed bear. Maybe you had a stuffed dog.
Well, I'm looking through. I see
Or
a couple of
blankie.
guesses here is similar to stuffed animal, but no one is even in the vicinity of saying best friend.
Why didn't even think about that?
You
Best
you
friend.
do, Sam?
Oh yeah, I've been friends. I mean, I was the best man in his
I
wedding.
love that about you.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
we've been friends. I mean, that's who I have Bengals season tickets with. Yeah, we've been.
I love it when I
since
find out
probably-
more
And you said
personal stuff
men.
about Sam.
What about women though? Because like my best friends I've had since kindergarten,
Yeah.
and I still
And
they're still my best friends.
I don't, and that's why I said I wasn't sure about Mark, and I felt like the answer might not be the same, Christy, for Mark. He might be in the 43%.
So I don't know really which one
He
I
would
would choose
classify
for
as his-
him first.
I don't know that mine has any.
I mean, I don't know who I
Has
I
any
know
friends
who
at
I
all?
want to.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder about him. He's a
But-
little too competitive.
You're his best friend, right?
Yeah, sure. I think I'm his best friend, but
And
he
that's
doesn't.
I feel like Mark would say that about me. But when I think to his friends, I don't know.
Caroline right now still has. I mean, her closest friends are still there, even though they're at different schools and things. They're yeah.
Really quick, no one did get that answer correct today. We'll drop through some
Okay.
highlight history. On this date, 1961, it was the Bay of Pigs. In 1964, Ford unveiled the Mustang. On this date, in 1969, a jury convicted Sirhan Sirhan of assassinating Senator Robert Kennedy. On this date, in 1970, Apollo 13 splashed down safely in the Pacific. On this date in 2018, Barbara Bush died at the age of 92. Birthdays for today, actor David Bradley is 82. Former NFL quarterback and Bengals legend Boomer Esiason is 63. Rock singer Maynard James Keenan from Tool is 60. Adam McKay, director and producer, is 56. Jennifer Garner, the actress, she's 52. And Victoria Beckham is 50. And gone but not forgotten, it's just really one that I saw here, and it's J.P. Morgan, born on this date in 1837. 1837. Whitney, appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Glad to be here.
I'm sure we'll see you back, I don't know, next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Not next week, but I think the week after. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And I
I'm
guess
on
we'll learn
assignment the next week.
all the way
On
about
assignment.
I guess in 2 weeks, then it'll be perfect to talk all the way more about Plant Fair and everything
Yes.
that'll be coming up. And I'm sure summer camp's coming even closer, too.
Yeah, sure is. 4-H campus. I think call the office and see if you're still interested in that. I know the cabins are filling up very, very quickly, so I don't know what her numbers are like. So if you're interested, just contact the office.
My pearl of wisdom for today, remember to look to the future because that's where you'll spend the rest of your life. Look to the future because that's where you're going to spend the rest of your life. That'll wrap up our show for today. For Whitney Carmen and for Christy Buckles, my name is Uncle Sam Gormley, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes, it's on K105.
WKHG.